Hello and welcome to the show. This is Everything Under the Sun. My name is Ty. Hope all you're doing truly amazing this week. Hope everything in your life has been coming together in beautiful ways that remind you that you are on the right place, you're on the right path, you're doing what is best for you in this moment. And that comes in different forms. It comes in synchronicities, it comes in beautiful alignments with things that you've asked for starting to come to you. And that is just that reaffirming that I am on the right path, I am doing the right thing, I am in the place that I'm meant to be right now. And something I just want to bring up, and something that's been on my mind this past week, is the truth that all of us are on our own journey. And when I speak in this podcast, I really want to make sure that it's something that is very clear that these are things that I say to myself. All these conversations through the past almost 3 years now that I've been having these conversations, many of these things are things that I think about within my own life, things that help me to feel more at peace, feel more whole, feel happiness, feel joy, start to see alignment of things that I've always asked for coming to me, seeing just a better life. It's a better experience from what I've experienced before. And that's all I can go off of. That's all I can go off of is my own experience. And this journey is your own. And we may get inspiration from listening to others or doing certain actions, or maybe even just going on a hike and seeing a beautiful scenery, but it's really through our own experiences and through our own journey and our own taking those steps on that hike, taking our own step on that journey, on that path of our own life that gets us to where we're meant to be. And all of us end up in the same place. We will all go on our own life journeys thinking that we're taking our own step, very unique, very purposeful, very beautiful, but we all will find ourselves in the same place, with more love, with more compassion, with more gentleness, with more caring than we had before. And we can share that with one another. We can be with one another with that unconditional love that we've experienced, that we've catered to, that we nurtured throughout our own journey, through dismissing dismissive thoughts, by dismissing the negativity and the things that no longer serve us, by recognizing our strength through this path, through the steps that we take. When we break through that wall of fear that has kept us from living our dreams, when we do those things and we start to really live in our beingness, live in our truth of, whatever that may be. It's like my family may want me to be a doctor or a lawyer, but you know what? I want to be an artist. I want to express my art. Follow your own path, and it doesn't matter what judgments or criticisms or anything that anyone has to say in this world. It does not matter. Those are all just walls of fear. They come in different forms. They come in the form of your friend getting mad at you because you decide to follow your dream. Your family not accepting you because of the person that you love or the person that you decide to spend your life with. Society not accepting the way that you want to live your life. Whatever that may be, that is just a wall of fear that blocks us from living in our truth, living our most happiness. And it's something that we've held on to. There are so many fears that we've held on to that manifest in this world in different ways, whether it's the form of people or a place or a circumstance or a situation. There's so many things that we fear that we've been holding on to. And as we break through that wall of fear, we start to realize that we're living more in our truth, that we're walking on our own path, and that it's okay to walk on your own path. We don't have to be like everyone else. We're moving towards more of people recognizing how beautiful they are, how beautiful it is to just be yourself, how great it feels, most of all, because that is what's most important. It doesn't matter about anything else. It's like, does it feel good? I was talking to a friend the other day, and it was like, I said, I could be making all this up. Everything that I've spoken about in this podcast, I can be making it up. I can be just telling myself really beautiful things that make me happy. I can be seeing things in the world and making myself see things in the world that align with my best good. I can be making it all up. But even if I'm making it all up, it's not like I'm crazy. It's not like I'm mad. It's not like I'm like ripping my hair out or saying psychotic things to myself and whatever that may be. I'm living a life, and yeah, maybe I'm telling myself things that bring me more joy. But at the end of the day, I'm just living a life that is more joyous. Even if I'm making it all up. Even if I'm making up the alignment and things coming into my experience, hey, if that's what I'm focusing my attention on and that's what I'm seeing, then that is my reality. And even, again, if I'm making it all up, then I'm doing a damn good job of doing it. Because it's making my life more joyous. It's making my life more peaceful. It's bringing more things into my life. And I can't dispute that. The only thing I can do is share my experiences, share the things that I've spoken to myself about, share the challenges that I've gone through and how maybe I've overcome them in different ways. Share that I'm still working on many things because this journey is never ending. And that is a beautiful part of it. And it took me a long time because there's actually a moment this past week where I realized that there will always be something that's something more. Like it'll never be done, and there was like this strange sense of angst, kind of like we've been brought up in this world. We feel like we have to finish things. There has to be some kind of end, or the tumult of a situation, it seems like it's never ending, and that seems like a nightmare. But as we come to a certain place within our life, within our happiness, within our truth, within our joy, we realize that life is being handed to us constantly, always and forever. And even after this physical life, whatever you choose to believe, this is just my own belief. After this physical life, there is just more. There's more of our beingness, and it will always be. And with that, it's like this is a beautiful experience that we get to interact in this world, that we get to be in this world, that we get to live this journey. And it always doesn't look like that. It doesn't seem like that, and doesn't always feel like that. But at a certain point, the pain and sadness, the bad news, so quote unquote bad news that we hear, it's something that will be a gift, because it's just another shadow that you can let go of. That fear that comes up, that wall of fear that seems to appear in your life, once you realize, like, no, I don't have to hold on to this anymore. I don't have to hold on to this anymore. When you let yourself know that, and you start to sit with it and then let it dissipate, then nothing can stand in your way. Nothing will stop you in this journey, in this path, and you can choose happiness on every step of the way. You can choose peace in your life. You can choose joy. You can choose love. Just like you can choose fear and sadness and doubt and insecurity. These things have been instilled to us, but we still choose to believe them. As we choose to let go of those things, as we choose to walk on our own path and walk in our own truth and walk with the things that bring us the most joy, tell ourselves the things that bring us the most joy and happiness and peace. That is when we will be living in our truth. That is when things will start coming to you in your life. That is when your focus will be strictly on the things that bring you well-being. The business that I'm working on a business as well as writing a book, and they're kind of going hand in hand. But I was looking up business names and doing kind of some paperwork, and I realized that there's another business that's kind of very similar to what I'm working on, and it's making it so that, well, the thought came into my mind, it's like, oh man, like this would be competition for me, or this would be some kind of pitfall in my plan to kind of release something new into the world. But at the end of the day, I realized that in my joy and in my happiness and in my peace and in the steps that I'm taking moving forward, the thought that something can falter or disrupt my happiness or my joy in moving towards this project, that's not something that serves me. So I'm going to let it go. And even if it is a fact that business doesn't disappear just because I let go of the thought, it just means that my focus is still redirected towards the things that bring me joy. And working on this project right now, it brings me joy. Working on this business and seeing it come together, it brings me joy. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm not going to focus on the other stuff. I'm not going to focus on the noise. I'm not going to focus on things down the line that's not here yet. I'm going to focus on right now, my happiness, my joy, my peace right now in this moment. And if tomorrow everything comes crumbling down, that's okay, but that's a problem for tomorrow. That's a situation for tomorrow in that moment when it happens, if it happens. And it probably won't happen. There's so many things that we hold on to, again, in the past and in the future that we can't do anything with it. The only thing that we're holding on to is regret and worry and fear and sadness. And that is nothing that's useful for us right now in this moment as we want to take steps forward towards our happiness. And we all want peace and happiness and love and joy. And although you may think that you want a lot of money and you want a peaceful family and you want a loving relationship, all of those things are those factors of love and peace and joy. And when we can instill that and we can feel that within ourselves, we can generate that feeling, because no matter what, even if you're in love with someone else, that person may not be in love with you, but the feelings that you're feeling are real. You feel love, you feel kindness when someone is compassionate in your life. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so in love, and that person may not even be in love with you. Those situations happen all the time where one person starts feeling something, but always remember that you are the one that's feeling it. And in that moment of you feeling in love with this person that doesn't love you back, and you don't know that yet, you feel really great. You feel like you're on top of the world. It feels amazing. Allow yourself to recognize that you are the one that's generating that feeling. You are the one that's creating that feeling. And it doesn't matter if that person is in your life or they leave from your life. You can generate that feeling again. You can cultivate any feeling that you desire. You can focus on any feeling that you desire, and it will bring you more of that thing. So focus on the things that feel best for you. Focus on things that bring you the most alignment. Focus on the things that feel right for you on your path. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what your closest best friend, what your parents say, what your grandmother thinks. It doesn't matter about any of that. What feels right for you? What feels good for you? What feels like something? It's like, yes, I want to do that. That is what feels good for me. That's what feels right for me. And that's the only thing I've been speaking about this entire time in this podcast. It's really been just my own journey of this exploration and sharing that with you. Sharing the realization that letting go of all the BS, all the obligations, all the social expectations, all the stuff that this world will tell you that you have to focus on and worry about and be fearful of, letting go of those things, it makes you more free. And I'm still letting go of many things, but I'm more encouraged in doing so, self-encouraged in doing so, because I'm recognizing the freedom that comes with it, the feeling of joy, of openness, of peace, of love, of something that's more expansive than what I believed I was able to feel. And it feels incredible. It feels incredible. And I know through this feeling that this is what we all are. And when we follow our own path, when we journey in our own way, the way that feels right for us, we all end up in the same place. It doesn't matter if you follow the same path as someone else. It doesn't matter if you listen to all the spiritual coaches and try to follow their path directly. It will not lead you there. It is your own path. It is your own journey. It is the path that your heart will lead you on. That is what brings us to the same place. You will come to joy and you will come to peace, and you will realize that we are one in that. And there's freedom. There's so much freedom in knowing that you can take your own steps and knowing that you can take them for yourself because you want to take them for yourself. This journey is beautiful. This journey it's truly beautiful, and the range of experiences that we get to have, it's something that always doesn't feel great. But when we overcome that, when we break through that wall of that shadow that's being presented in front of us, when we break through that, you will discover that you are more free and you are stronger than you ever imagined. And that there is only love here. And there's only support for you on this journey here. I love you so much, and I wish you the best on this life. So that's really all I had for this episode. If you have any thoughts or ideas or anything I'd like to share, you can send that to everything.sunpodcast@gmail.com. You can join any of the social media groups: Instagram, everything.sunpodcast, Twitter @everysunpodcast, the Facebook group @everysunpodcast, and the YouTube page, Everything Under the Sun Podcast. And that's all I got for you. Love you so much, and I will talk to you soon.